His question was, what is the role of God in one's spiritual journey? And can one be spiritual or attain a degree of self-realization without God in it? It's actually a beautiful question because often we confuse the two. Often we think God is somehow equated with self-realization, or that a spiritual path means God or something to do with God. Until you experience God, God is merely a concept, a theory, a viewpoint, a perspective, someone out there. A truly spiritual person is the one who has kindness in his or her heart, who doesn't have hatred for other people, who doesn't have those big load of grudges. That's a spiritual person. Everybody else may be religious, but not necessarily spiritual. Religious acts are a matter of invention. Somebody's created them, somebody's invented. Spiritual acts or spiritual realization is a matter of discovery. And there is a huge difference between the two. Invention and discovery. You can invent whatever you like. You can invent experiences. You can invent scriptures. You can invent kriyas. You can invent methods. You can invent processes. But you don't discover a process. You discover just the experience itself. So when you are focused on discovery, or when you are true to discovery, you would naturally be walking a spiritual path. But when you are too worried about invention, that I have to have an experience, then chances are you would end up inventing one which would not make you spiritual. I would rather have a world full of atheists, but kind, than ultra-religious or ultra-orthodox or so-called spiritual people or yogis and swamis and gurus who are not true to themselves and others. The world will be a much better place with people who deny the existence of God but are doing the right thing than those who believe in the existence of God but do all kind of wrong things. Because as they say, there was this little kid, he wanted a bicycle on Christmas. And what he did on 25th, when he didn't get it, on 26th he just stole somebody's. And they said, you know, God will be really upset with you. You stole. He said, I know. What I figured was getting forgiveness is easier than, getting a bike. And there was this study they did where they, in worldwide, in 500 schools they had selected, where they put certain children through tests. What they found was those who believed in God were very quick to cheat. Those children who were brought up with values of God in their homes cheated more than those kids who were otherwise. Because those who believed in God, they thought, well, there's a God, He will forgive us. We've got it covered. So I think this world does not need more religion. And that's actually not my original statement, I don't think so. That's what Vivekananda had also said many years ago. He said, give my children football to play with. We don't need religion. In Chicago, at the World Parliament. That's what he said. We don't need more ashrams, we don't need more temples, we don't need more places of worship. Dharma kshetre kuru kshetre. The first word of the song of God, Bhagavad Gita, is dharma kshetra, kurukshetra. The first word is dharma, just doing the right thing. Kurukshetra, just doing it. Karma kshetra, the field of work. And end word is mama. I am that, Krishna says. The last word of Bhagavad Gita is mama. First word is dharma. You are dharma. You are God. You have to live like one. That's all. Sounds simple, but it may be difficult, but it's doable. So, God as such has no role to play. We can keep beating the old drum as much as we like, but God is very real. This Vigraha for me is very real. I'm not saying God does not exist. Very much so. Everything is God. Everyone is God. And that's why I struggle to sometimes get my point across, because sometimes you have to raise your voice and the other person is not listening. Because when I see people, you may find it hard to believe, but I don't really see bodies. The first thing I see is light. The first thing I see is that soul when I see people. And the next thing I see is I see the child in them. And then I feel, okay, I have to make this child happy. He or she just wants a little toy. Fine. And then I see their plight, then I see their challenges, then I see their emotions, their karma, and then I get to the body. I don't see people like as in physical people. So this is the path of spirituality.